right, just a quick update here. We got this display changed out now, so we got our missing digit fixed. I tried cleaning out the switch body first, and that didn't work. That digit was just hard out. So this old LED display was just shot. So anyway, we got that done. Now we're going to move on to the signal meter. All right, so we will be back. All right, we're back. We got our Ranger signal meter and our light in there, and we got our signal meter working right. Let's see if we can fire it up. Look here, and get the focus. There we go. All right, there's an S9. So she's ready to go. I decided to put a white LED light in this one. All my other Cobra 148s have a blue LED, so this one will just look a little bit different when it's all said and done. But yeah, all right, moving on. Okay, she's all back together with a brand new look. No more missing digit. I've got some blue lens material I stuck in there and took out this red, what originally comes in this red lens cover for the old LED display. Take that out, and I cut some blue lens material to fit in there. It kind of takes the edge off that that LED because it can be awful bright. But yeah, so she looks pretty cool. The only thing left to do now is just to recap it, and she'll be all finished. So we'll get to that next. So we got a little skip coming in on 38. We can see that meter moving. Wish it would let you see it better than that. But yeah, meter's working great now. All right, so now we'll get to the recap here. All right, so we are almost done with this recap. So there's all of our old caps there. Let me turn that skip down. There's another 148 on the bench. Just listening to some DX. Anyway, so I just got this whole radio recapped here, went through and did absolutely everything. You can see all those new caps going through there, the whole radio, and I got to the very last cap down here by the PLL, this remaining 1,000 microfarad cap, and I ran into the dreaded corrosive glue. Let me see if I can get a pointer. So this diode down here, D31 right here, had a bunch of corrosive glue on it, and it corroded right through the lead, and yep, it's broke. So, but you see the difference in the glue. I mean, this glue is like dark brown. I mean, it looks horrible. Hopefully I don't have any issues with that capacitor or that little inductor there feeding the PLL chip. I think it's just the corrosion was just limited to this diode. So I'm going to have to pull that diode out and replace it. I got a 1N4148 that should suffice in there, hopefully. We'll find out, though, after we get that diode replaced in this cap. We can fire it up and see what happens. So, yeah, just watch out for that glue. When it gets that old, I generally don't ever mess with the glue. Most of the time, if I got a decent radio that I've found on eBay, if I can push this screwdriver into the glue, then it is definitely, still pliable. I don't even screw with it, but that glue is just super brown and rock hard and yep, corroded. So anyway, we'll get that diode replaced, get a new 1,000 microfarad cap in there, and then this thing will be completely recapped and ready to fire back up. So we'll be back. All right, so we got to fire back up on the bench, and of course we got another problem. That's par for the course. It happens. So if you're trying to do a SINAD test here on channel 19 AM, and I could barely hear that tone. So I screwed up something in here. Probably might have a loose cap, bad solder joint, I don't know, but I'll have to go through and see if I can figure out what it is, and I will update again when I figure it out. But yeah, it's all part of the fun, I guess. All right, we'll be back. Okay, we got it worked out. You can hear our tone now. We got a steady. Let's see. Let's drop that down. There. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I just yanked a wire out of the board back here next to the audio chip, right down here by this 1,000 microfarad cap. So it happens. It's all part of the fun. All right, so I'm gonna get this thing all cleaned up, tie wrapped, and turned over, and then we'll just do a last segment and call it all finished. So we'll be back. Okay, so just one more quick segment before I put the covers back on. So I had to make a couple of small changes to the alignment after doing the recap. Not a big deal. She was about mostly just on the transmit side. She was her PLL circuit was had changed slightly with those new capacitors. We had some different obvious values between the old capacitors, their values, and probably drifted somewhat, and having the new capacitors in there. So AM transmit offset needed to be adjusted, upper sideband transmit offset needed to be adjusted, and that's about it. Yeah, so she's ready to get the tie wraps put back on and get the covers on, and then now we'll flip over after that. All right, we'll be back. All right, so she is all done. Let me quiet that down. The only thing I can hear is a little bit of Super Bowl action. It's pretty late at night now. I'm surprised people are still on the bowl. But yeah, she's all finished. Got a brand new look. I love the blue displays. I love the Ranger meters. She's now all completely aligned and recapped and repaired. Yeah, great find. So it looks like I needed to repair just two things in there. And it was just the cut limiter, R113 for modulation, and then finding that uh, resistor D31 over here corroded out from the glue next to the 8719 PLL chip. And then my mistake, yanking a wire out of the board back by the audio amp during the recap. So yeah, it happens. Sometimes it happens. I'll cause my own problems and have to go through and figure out what's wrong. So yeah, she's all finished, and I generally won't go through the hassle of aligning a radio before I recap it. But in this instance, I did somewhat, went through the alignment because of the sideband issues, sideband transmit issues. So I had to kind of get in there and get into the PLL circuit and get it, somewhat straight in order to make sure it was actually correct. I generally won't. If things look decent, I'll just go ahead and recap before I even bother trying to start an alignment. But this was kind of ass backwards on this radio. But yeah, so she's all done, and just another 148 to be added to the collection. The first Taiwan 148 I got. So I'll enjoy using it. So 73s for those that stuck around this long, and we'll see you guys next time.